It's Saturday, February 24th, 2024. Thanks for tuning in today. We have a lot to talk about. Before we do, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. I want to get right into this video. A few things I want to discuss is walking the walk. There's some really good channels out there. One that always comes to mind is Appalachia Homestead, Patera. Matt and I were talking about her channel yesterday, how well it's doing and why it's doing so well, because she's real and she comes across as being real and she walks the walk. So Appalachia Homestead, that's a channel that I will mention today. There's a bunch of them. We could sit here for an hour and talk about some of the really, really great channels out there and people who really have skills, people who really inform you, people who are walking the walk. But there's another side of social media too, and it's people out there who pretend to walk the walk, people who really are not, people who their sole purpose is to sell something every day. Every day they're selling something that has no purpose in your preparations, in my humble opinion. There is no magic pills, there's no magic potion. It's hard work, ladies and gentlemen. It's eating good, it's training, it's getting on the mat and training jiu-jitsu. There's no magic potion, no magic pills. It's real things. It's about owning, maybe like something like a real good knife, something from TCal. I don't get paid a dime. Just a fantastic knife. Maybe it's something, like owning real assets like gold and silver, not holding them, letting somebody else hold them, but you hold the real asset, holding physical assets like gold and silver, where you can get to it, that you're holding somewhere safe. Having food and water put away. And one of the best assets is being skilled, knowing how to do things, having security, your family having security, having skill sets and training. These are real skills. And it just, it irritates me when I watch some of these channels that are so fake and these people telling you that you're going to have to be prepared and you should buy this magic pill or this magic potion, or you should invest in this stock or that stock. These are not the things that you're going to want when the lights go out, ladies and gentlemen. These are the type of things you're going to want. You're going to want these type of things. You're going to want real security. You're going to want to have training and knowing how to use those type of tools. You're going to want to have tactics. You're going to want to have real skills. Again, you're going to need food, water. You're going to need extra propane, extra wood, extra charcoal, extra medical supplies, trauma kit, tourniquet, matches, things like that. And most of all, knowing how to use this stuff and having skills to protect this stuff. But these people out here every day, look, I'm a capitalist. I believe that you should make money, but if you're going to warn people that the end is near, that the economy is going to crash, and you're selling them garbage, I would never tell somebody to buy something if I didn't already own it and believe it was a true, real asset that could save your life, or it's going to make your life more comfortable, or it's going to have some sort of positive advantage in your life. I would never advise people to do something or buy something that I haven't already done. I advise that you get in better shape. I advise that you learn jiu-jitsu, boxing, and learn how to defend yourself. I advise that you have a good knife like this one from TCal. I advise that you buy gold or silver. Buy it from whoever you want. I've been using SD Bullion for six years plus now. But again, buy from whoever you want. But medical supplies, vitamins, propane, equipment to cook food, generators. These are all things that people need right now. You don't need magic pills. You don't need magic potions. You don't need to be buying garbage stocks. You need to be buying real things right now. That's my opinion. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. Again, I'm a capitalist. I believe that you should be able to make money, but if you're going to warn people every day about how bad things are, sell them things that they really need, that they could really use. But again, most of these people that do this are not walking the walk. They're some of the most unprepared, unprofessional people out there. And I'm sure that, you can watch a channel a few times and you get it. Like, is this person real? Are they sincere? Again, you look at Patera, Appalachia Homestead. That person walks the walk. That's the real deal right there. My friend Matt, from Ox Talks. Matt is walking the walk. These are people that put their money where their mouth is. Nobody sends me, free silver, free gold. I have to use my own money and buy this stuff. Nobody, paid for my training when I go to, a tactical class or a contractor class, training, people that have been overseas for many, many years, trying to get better, trying to get more efficient, more proficient in my skill sets. I have to pay for that. And I have to invest the weekend to do that. So a lot of these people, again, just want to make money off of fear. And it's disgusting. Now, getting into some of these articles today, here we go again. Another damn balloon flying over the United States of America. Now, I think it was just reported a few hours ago that it has now left U.S. airspace, and now we're being told that it's a hobbyist balloon. Who's the hobbyist? Who is the hobbyist? Where are they from? Are they from here? Who is flying a balloon 43 to 45,000 feet over the United States? Who's the hobbyist? Who's doing this? So do you believe that? Maybe it's true. Maybe somebody went to the hobby store last week and bought a balloon and they're flying it, 45,000 feet over U.S. airspace while fighter jets are following it and tracking it. I don't know. But it seems very, very suspicious to me. A year ago, we had a Chinese balloon, maybe that was a hobbyist too, flying over the U.S. for what, 5 days, something like that? And we were told nothing to worry about. It's not a threat, although, it's sending back information in real time back to the Chinese Communist government before we eventually shot it down. And we haven't heard anything about it, what was recovered, if anything. But again, yesterday, today, the military tracking this high altitude balloon. Shocking. It really, really, really is. The balloon, as of earlier today, was unidentified, but now it's a hobbyist balloon. Nobody has disclosed the origin or the purpose of this balloon. Again, it goes right back to last year when we had no idea what was going on. So what's this all about? I don't know. I really don't. Comment down below. I want to know what you think about this. I find this concerning because the world is watching this and they're watching how easy it is to fly something in U.S. airspace. It's amazing that if you have a drone, you have to get a license for it, but people are flying balloons now and it's just a hobby. 45,000 feet in the air? I don't quite buy it, but think about if some country decided to fly 100 of these balloons into the United States. 1,000, 10,000, 100,000 balloons into the United States. What would we do? And they said that this balloon had some sort of payload on it. Think about what you could load up on these balloons. They're not small. Think about what you could load up and just start dropping over the United States of America. Here's an article today from The Hedge earlier today. NORAD fighter jets intercept high-altitude balloon over Utah, flying 43 to 45,000 feet. It says here, an official told reporters the payload was not a security threat. How do they know this? The payload is described as a 2-foot cube under the Mylar balloon. They said it was moving extremely fast today because it was in a strong jet stream. Think about, I don't know, fentanyl. Think about a bunch of things you could load up on these balloons and just start flying over anywhere you want to fly and just start, dropping these things. Concerning. The world is watching this, especially China, and they're seeing how easy it is to infiltrate U.S. airspace, that we'll let something fly into our airspace and just hang out for a few days. This one, I believe, was identified yesterday and did not leave U.S. It left U.S. airspace, did not get shot down. It left U.S. airspace. So we have, honestly, I think we have no idea what it was doing. More than likely taking lots of information and sending it back to China. Again, was it some hobbyist that bought this at Hobby World last week? I think not. I don't believe it is. But this is concerning because countries now are seeing how easy it is, and we're not doing a damn thing about it. We will let these things should have never been allowed to even enter U.S. airspace. And again, who's the hobbyist? Your balloon has now left U.S. airspace. Now it's in another foreign airspace. So who is it? Is it somebody from another country? Is it somebody from here? Is it somebody from another country who is here flying balloons over? I have no idea, but this is not good. And then on top of that, you add this. Who's behind the cyber attacks? All week, this pharmaceutical company, this pharmaceutical tech company that got hacked this week, where thousands of pharmacies could not process prescriptions or process funds for these prescriptions. Malicious actors are attempting to infiltrate U.S. networks and potentially paving the way for disruptive or destructive cyber attacks here. No doubt about it, it's already happening. So who's behind the attacks? And in this article, it talked about who's behind just the political cyber attacks. We're talking just political cyber attacks. There's been thousands of them across the world. But who's behind them? Well, number one, they say 11.9% of these are from China, 11.6% are from Russia. These are just political cyber attacks. Iran, 5.3%, North Korea, 4.7%, the US, 2.3%, and get this, 44.8% not identified. We have no idea. And this is just political cyber attacks. We have no idea. But we have a pretty good idea who's trying to disrupt our sewage facilities, our water facilities, who's trying to cyber attack into hospitals, into banks. It's China, it's Iran, it's Russia, it's all the same players. And we are completely outnumbered. We have so many attacks happening every day. And then you have to think about, how safe is your information? How safe is your money? Most people's money is sitting on a computer screen, digits on a screen. If it gets hacked into, if that app or that bank gets shut down, what are you going to do? Because most people today do not use cash. Most people have no barterable items. Most people are completely unprepared, just like the people who every day are trying to sell you garbage, telling you every day that, the economy is going to collapse, so, you should buy this or that. What are these people going to do when the lights go out? They have no training. They have no real preparations. They have no assets. They have no security. They have no plan. Don't follow losers like this, ladies and gentlemen. Walk the walk. Walk the walk. Watch channels where people are putting their money where their mouth is, where people are training, where people, are telling you to buy things that are real. This is not the time to be gambling. This is not the time to be buying things that are not going to be assets when the lights go out, when tough times hit, when society really breaks down. A lot of these people just say, well, I have enough food to stay in my house for a year. Well, that's wonderful. What happens when somebody kicks your door in and wants to take all your food? What are you going to do about it? Nothing, because you're going to resort back to your training, which is nothing. It really bothers me when people really try to take advantage of good people. And people are scared right now, and I understand that. And this is why I believe that if you are scared, you need to take action. And what's that action? You need to know how to defend yourself, know how to defend your family. You need to know how to defend your finances. You need to be getting out of the system, not into the system. You need to be having some gold, some silver. You need to know how to operate. How you have got to have security, because you can have plenty of food, but somebody's going to kick your door in and take it. Then what will you do? You will be a victim. Buy real things, but most of all, before you buy anything, buy security. Make sure you can protect yourself, your family, and your assets. Apparel retailer Express moving towards bankruptcy. This was interesting. Their stock year to date is down 70%. I believe the stock 10, 12 years ago was over $500. They have 14,000 employees, over 530 stores. So they're going to be trimming the fat, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to see a lot of these stores close. You're going to see a lot of these employees lose their jobs, and this is going to spell more disaster for the U.S. economy. The average U.S. household is spending $1,019 more a month just to buy the same goods and services it did 3 years ago. You know, it sounds wonderful when they go, well, inflation's not as bad as it was last year. It's slowing down. Go back 2 or 3 years ago and see how bad it really is. The average household is spending over $1,000 more today than it was 3 years ago just to buy the same goods and services. Does the average household have $1,000 to do this? How long can the average household continue to do this? If the average household does not get some relief very, very soon, the average household's in very, very big trouble. You're going to see, not that it's bad, that it's already not bad enough. The homeless crisis that is taking place is going to get worse. And I've said this many, many times. You're going to know people that are going to face homelessness. They may be family members, and hopefully you'll be able to help them. It's going to be friends. It's going to be people in the community. It's going to be people that we know or are associated with that are going to be facing homelessness. And again, there are going to be people knocking at your door for help, and you're going to have to, you're going to have to decide what you're going to do. But remember, these people are going to eat your resources, your calories. They could become a security risk. Maybe you're planning for people to come to your house and you put more away. But what would you do when we hit that time when people begin to knock at your door for help? And even a better question is, what would you do if you turn them away and they said, we're not going away? And they now stick their foot in the door and want to come in your home because they need a place to sleep or they need to feed their kids. This is where it's all heading if things are not corrected here very, very soon. And again, magic pills, magic potions are not going to fix the problem. Real things like this, emergency food, training, skills, security, being efficient with those security tools, having your home protected, having maybe some big dogs, also an added benefit for sure. Being able to grow your own food if you have the means to do that, or maybe living in a like-minded community. These are all things now that people are beginning to talk about. But again, too many people talking about how to get rich, or the sales are coming, or if you do this, if you do that, you're going to be rich. Right now, I would be really practicing on how to protect what I have and keeping it safe, keeping my family safe, keeping my wealth safe right now. Yes, money will be made. There's no doubt about it. But how are you going to make money if you cannot feed your family or keep your family safe? Because somebody is going to come and try and take what you have. Look at the breakdown we are seeing in society right now. We have never experienced anything like this in the history of this country. Here's one today. This is coming from the New York Post. It's talking about New York City EMS workers are being attacked or threatened 363 times in 2022. That's how many EMS workers were attacked or threatened. In 2011, there were only 15 attacks. So reported attacks are up to over 23%. So morale is low with EMS workers. People just aren't going to want these jobs in these cities, that is for sure. Why? Because society is crashing, absolutely crashing. And on top of that, I was reading this article also on the New York Post, and this is really sad to see people who've devoted their life to saving other people's lives, to helping people, being attacked and threatened in their own cities. What is this coming to? We are beyond Mad Max Thunderdome, without a doubt. Here's another one from the New York Post. Migrants brawl with boxing gloves in fight club near New York shelter. So This has been taking place in a parking lot near a Queen shelter. This has happened more than once. They say it's very common that these people are putting on boxing gloves and people are wagering on the fights. And I will say I watched a couple of these guys duke it out, and it was pretty good. It was better than some of the UFC fights I've seen. But where am I living where people are now, and look, I love the UFC, I love the fights, I love some of these backyard brawls that some of these little small organizations put on YouTube. It's very entertaining. But we're talking about this in broad daylight, in a city, in a parking lot, in public, with people wagering. This is unbelievable. I mean, you talk about third world. This is it. Now we have illegal street fights going on in parking lots where people are wagering. And then next to that, you got the craps games. It's unbelievable what we're watching take place. It really, really is. People urinating, feces all over the sidewalks, organized street fights, it just one thing after the other on top of all the crime, the smell of weed everywhere. It's really unbelievable. It really is. I don't even have the words to describe this. It really saddens me to see how far we have fallen. I don't know if we can survive this, ladies and gentlemen. We certainly cannot control it. Things are out of control. We cannot stop what is happening, but we can do the best that we can in our own personal lives and our family lives. We must protect our families. We must protect ourselves financially, spiritually, and physically. And that's all we can do at this point. Do the best that you can. Do the best that you can. Don't buy garbage. Don't buy dumb stuff. Don't give people that are just trying to sucker you out of your money just don't give these people your money. Buy real things. Buy real things. Things that you're going to need when the lights go out. Think about right now, what do you need if the power was to go out for 30 days and you could not access your bank? What would you need right now to survive? That's the kind of stuff you need to be spending your money on. And think about how to protect your money. Do you want all your money in the bank? I don't think that's a great idea. Find other places to put it. I think your money, honestly, is safer in your hands than it is sitting in a bank one click away from disappearing. I'm going to leave it there today. It is a sad state of affairs. The news is not going to get better. If you're looking for good news, you're probably not going to get it on this channel. What you're going to get is real news. This is a passion of mine to go through this news, to share it with all of you, get your feedback. But so much is going on. We've never seen a time in U.S. history, maybe world history, where things are erupting like they are erupting right now. Spiritually, politically, financially, is unbelievable what is going on. These are historic times. And I truly believe that these are biblical times. Does it mean it's the end of the world? No, I don't think it's the end of the world, but the world is changing. And what direction it goes, it's going to be up to probably us. If we allow it to go one way or we don't allow it to go one way, it's going to be up to us. But things are really, really happening. And so, again, I'm very passionate about what is happening to my country. I'm passionate about what's happening with all of you, what's happening to our economy. We're all being affected by this. We're all feeling some amount of pain with the inflation and what's happening to our cities and people getting hurt and the crime. We're all being affected by this one way or another, or we know somebody that has been hurt by this. And if you're not careful, you could be a victim of this financially or physically. So be careful out there. Be training, be ready. Use your situational awareness. Stop staring at your phone all day, when you're walking, through the mall or down the street or sitting at a restaurant. Stop staring at it. Keep an eye on what's going on. I'm worried. But again, this is what I'm really passionate about. I'm passionate about where all this is going. I want everybody to be safe. The news is incredible. And I'm going to keep reporting it to you the best that I can. Please keep the comments going. And I look forward to speaking with all of you very, very soon. Feel free to comment down below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Have a good, safe evening. Be careful out there, and God bless America.